Hey Carinites, good day and welcome back to class. Look at the beauty we have here. We are making a matching shorts for our shirt. Yeah, last week I dropped a beautiful print for our baby boys. Like I'm coming really hard for our boys, like coming through for them. Look at that, I'm giving them beautiful outfits. In case you don't know, check the channel. We have beautiful outfits for the baby boys. In fact, I have a playlist for the baby boys. Kindly check it out if you're interested. So we have a detailed tutorial on how to make this beautiful shirt as well. So today we are making a complimentary short for this our shirt. And also if you're thinking of making something for baby girls using the same pattern, I have this beautiful dress. Look at that upper part, I love it. And this is what the lower part looks like. As you can see, it's the same thing as our, what's it called, as our dress, so as our shorts. So the same color combination. And also I have a matching hat for the girls, matching beanie using the same color combo, but I only used double strand instead of single strand that I use for the rest. So in case you're interested in any of these tutorials, check the channel or the end screen. I'll be dropping the link to everything there. So without wasting much time, let me take you through the materials we're needing to making this short, and we just jump right into it. So for the yarn I'll be using Yeye. Yeah, the common brand I use on this channel. Very nice brand. So I'll be using this. It's an acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic yarn, and I'll be working with a strand. Sorry, I'm not doubling my strand. I'll be working with just one strand because it's a lightweight short, and I use the same strand, just one strand for the shirt as well. So I'll be working with just a single strand for the short. And I think I used about a ball and a half. It's up to a ball and a half. I think I round a ball of this color, and I used other color, as you can see. To do, you can make this in just one color or play with as many colors as you want, but I think adding colors actually makes the pattern pop and makes it look more beautiful. So it's totally up to you. So ball of yarns, I'll be needing the hook size I will be using is size 2.5 hook. That's what I'll be using. I'll be needing a pair of scissors. We'll be needing measuring tape, very important to take some important measurements, and also we'll be needing tapestry needle to weave in our hands and also to pass our drawstring. So that being said, then these are the materials we'll be needing. So let's get started. So to kickstart our shot, we are going to start with the foundation chain. And to start our foundation chain, we need a hip round measurement. So for the size I'm making, which is 6 to 12 months, the hip round measurement is 20 inches. And here is the catch. Whatever your hip round measurement is, I'll be leaving some measurement on the screen so you can pick the size that you want. And in case the size you want is not there, kindly check Pinterest for a more size chart. So like I was saying, whatever your size measurement is, for the pattern we are working with, you will need to add 2 more inches, because the pattern we are working with, which is the chevron stitch, it shrinks. You know, it's like a zigzag, so it shrinks. It's not a straight line. So whatever your measurement is, your inches is, you're going to add 2 more inches. So even if it shrinks, you're still going to be around your desired measurement, your desired size. I hope that makes sense. So like I said, I'm working with 20 inches, so I'm going to add 2 more inches. That will be 22. That aside, now another thing is we are working with multiple of 17. So whatever number that is divisible by 17 without remaining, yeah, that's the number we are working with. So we are going to be starting with a slip knot. So to do that, this is how I normally do mine. So if you have a better way of doing yours, please go ahead. So I have my slip knot. I'll grab my 2.5 hook and I'll start making my chain. So remember, whatever your hip round measurement is, you're going to add 2 more inches to it. So that's my first chain, the second, the third. So I will go ahead, I'll keep going until I have my 22 inches, and whatever the number of chain is, I'll come back and let you know and take the measurement right here. So here is what I have. Without being stretched, I chained 136, which is a multiple of 17. So from the top right here, as you can see, without being stretched, I have As you can see, I have my 22 inches. So I have 136. So after chaining your multiple of 17, we are going to do one more thing. You're going to add an extra chain, just one more. Then after that, we are going to join this to the first chain. And to do that, and to make sure that our chain is not twisted, I am going to grab my chain like this. I'll make sure that the right side of my chain is facing me, as you can see. So I'm going to trace this out like this. So I'll make sure that the right side is facing me. So I'll continue tracing just like that. Continue tracing like that, like so, until I get to the very first chain. So when I get here, I'm going to turn this inwards like so. I will hold this, then I'll grab my yarn and then go ahead and make a slip stitch just like that. As you can see that my chain is not twisted. So to start our pattern, we are going to start with chain 3. You can either start with chain 3 or you start with 2 single crochets, sorry. And the 2 single crochets, I mean just one chain. You go in, work your first single crochet and work your second single crochet on top. So this will count as our first double crochet instead of chaining 3. So, and if you don't want that, you go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which counts as our very first double crochet. So after doing that, into that same first chain, I'll go back in and work a double crochet. To work a double crochet, you yarn over, you go into your chain, pull out a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So like this, we have 2 double crochets. Our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, then the second one we did, making 2 double crochets. So after that, we are going to make 7 more double crochets. So starting from the next chain, start counting 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have our 7 double crochets. With the 2 double crochets we have earlier, making 9 in total. So after having that, you are going to skip the next 2 chains, but we are not making any chain. We are making out the first valley. So you skip 2 chains, 1 and 2. I'm going to skip them. Then I'll jump into the third and start working. We are working 7 double crochets again. So this is the first. Move to the next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After completing 7 double crochets, we'll move to the next chain and work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So this is what we started with. We started with chain 3, which is our first double crochet. Then we added 1 more double crochet into that same spot, making 2 double crochets. Then we went ahead, we did 7 double crochets, then skip the next 2 chains, work another 7 double crochets, and in the next chain we worked 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So you see what we just did here is what we are going to be repeating. So after that, we go ahead, you work 7 double crochets. After completing 7 double crochets, you are going to you start your counting from the next stitch. Start counting from the next stitch. 1, then you complete 7 double crochets. After completing 7 double crochets, you are going to skip the next 2 chains. After skipping, you move to the next and work another 7 double crochets. After completing 7 double crochets, in the next stitch you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. Let me work one more set with you. So we are going to work 7 double crochets starting from the next. I'm going to start counting from here. 1. So I will go ahead and complete 7 double crochets. So after completing 7 double crochets, like I said, we are going to skip the next 2 chains. Skip 1, 2. then you move to the next and start working another 7 double crochet. One, I will go ahead and complete 7 double crochets. So this is what I have after completing 7 double crochets. One, two, yeah. So after completing that, as you can see where we started, we have the valley, we have the hill or the mountain, the valley. So the next will be the hill. So, and the hill, to work that in your next chain, you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the same chain space. So after that, the next is going to be a valley. So you are going to work 7 double crochets. You skip the next 2 chains. After that, you work 7 double crochets. In the next chain, you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. You work 7 double crochets. Skip the next 2 chains. So you just keep repeating this until you get to the very end here. So when I get to the end, I will come and show you what next to do. So I am right here at the end after working my pattern. As you can see what we have. So I have a very last chain here. This right here is a slip stitch, so it's not a chain. So the one in the middle is my last chain. So you should have 1 chain left. So into that last chain, we are going to work 2 double crochets. After working 2 double crochets, we will go ahead and slip stitch in on top of our 3rd chain, which is our very first double crochet. So we've completed our first round. So this is what we have. As you can see, that our work is not twisted. So you will always start with 9 double crochet and finish with 9 double crochet. Remember, we worked our 7 double crochet and we finished with 2 double crochets in the last chain, and we started with 2 double crochets in the first chain. So you will start with 9 double crochets and always finish with 9 double crochets. So that's the way the pattern works. So after that, you're going to turn and you will always chain 3. But if you don't want to chain 3, you can always work 2 single crochets, just like I showed you earlier. So this is my first stitch. I'll go in. This is a slip stitch, so I'm not working there, so I'm working into my very first stitch. I'll work a single crochet, then a single crochet, another one on top. So this counts as my very first double crochet. And if you don't want this, you can go ahead and chain 3. So after doing that, I will go ahead and work 1 more double crochet into that same stitch. So this is what we have. So after that, I will go ahead and work 7 double crochets. We just follow the pattern as it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after working 7 double crochets, you're going to skip the last stitch here and the first stitch here. So you are skipping the next 2 stitches. So you skip this and this. You're skipping both 1, 2. So you jump right here and start working 7 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After completing 7 double crochets, into the next chain you are going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. You are going to repeat the same thing you have here. So as you can see, into the chain 2 space you work 1 double crochet, chain 2, then 1 double crochet. So we just go ahead and follow the flow. After completing that, you go ahead and work 7 double crochet. You start counting from the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After working 7, you are going to skip the next 2 stitches. You're going to skip these 2. Then you go ahead and start working 7 double crochets again. After completing that, into the chain 2 space, you are going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So you just go ahead, follow the flow. When I get to the very end, I'll come and show you what next to do. So this is what I have after getting to the end. So my last stitch is going to go right here inside this place. So remember I said we will always start with 2 double crochets and end with 2 double crochets as well. So 2 double crochets in there. Then after that, I will go ahead and slip stitch into my very first stitch. So which is this right here. I'll go ahead and slip stitch. So I have my second round done. So moving on to the next, you will always turn. We are always going to turn our work. So like I said, you can start with chain 3 or your 2 single crochets. So this is a slip stitch. I'm not working there. I'm starting my work here. This right here. This is a slip stitch, so I'm working here. So I'm starting with my 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. But you can go ahead and chain 3. So that's my first double crochet. I'll go into that same stitch and add 1 more. Remember, you always start with 2 double crochets and finish with 2 double crochets. So after that, I'll go ahead and work 7 double crochets in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 7 double crochets minus the 2 double crochets I started with. So after 7 double crochet, remember you will skip the next 2 stitches, which is this and this. So I'm going to skip that and move to the next. So I'll go ahead, work 7 double crochets again. 4, 5, 6, and 7. After completing 7 double crochets, into the chain 2 space, you work a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. So we'll just go ahead, go with the flow. When you get to the end, you work 2 double crochets into the last stitch, and after that you chain 2, you turn and repeat again. So we are going to keep repeating this for 6 to 12 months. We are going to keep repeating this until we have 4 inches in total. We actually supposed to do 5, so the remaining 1 inch is going to cover our waistband, is going to cover that, because we are going to work a waistband at the top. So but for now we are not working the waistband, so I will go ahead and keep repeating until I have 4 inches. For 0 to 6 months, you keep repeating until you have 3.5 inches. For 1 year to 3 years, I would suggest you keep working until you have around 4.5 to 5 inches, depending on the size of the baby you are making this for. So when I have my 4 inches done, I will come back. We are going to split the legs, so I'll come back and show you how to do that. So I mentioned that I was going to continue working until I have 4 inches. So from here to where I stopped, as you can see, I have my 4 inches, and I did a total of this 3, this is 2, that's 5 plus 6, that's 11 rows. So I did a total of 11 rounds. So right now I'm going to we are going to be splitting the legs, and I'm going to be switching back to my main color, which is the hammer green. So to split the legs, to avoid counting, if you follow what I said, remember I told us to do, what's it called now, to do a multiple of 17. So you are going to have an even point here. This point that we have, I think I have 8 in total. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like this, if I divide it into 2 like this, as you can see, I have 2 here, 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 making 8. So to make the division, to divide, I'm going to adjust this like so. So I have half here, I have half here. Can you see what I'm doing? As you can see what I have here, this is 1 but divided into 2. This is 1 but divided into 2. And I have 1, 2, 3 here, and I have the same thing at the back, 1, 2, 3. So this is how we are going to split the legs. So I'm going to switch color. I'm going to switch to my main color, and for size 0 to 5 years, you are going to chain the same thing. We are going to chain, what's it called now, 17. Remember, we are working with multiples of 17, so we are going to chain 17. So in case you are making this for an adult, 17 times 2, that's 34. So for adults, you are going to chain 34. But for every other size to age 5, we are going to chain 17. So I'll slip stitch with my nail color, and I will go ahead and chain 17. 1, 2, I will go ahead and complete 17 chains. So I have my 17 chains done, and after that, you see right here, the middle here, that's where we are going into. So I'm going to turn, let me see, I think I'm going to turn my work. Yeah, we are turning this way. So I turned my work inside out, as you can see. So I have my 17 chains. So we are working into this chain 2. So I'll go right inside and slip stitch. So we are going to work on this first leg, then come back and work this. So after slip stitching, I will go ahead and chain up. So right here, I'm going to chain up 3, which counts as my first double crochet, and we are going to start working. So in here, we'll go ahead and start working our 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After working 7 double crochets, remember we are going to skip the next 2 stitches. I'm going to skip those, then I move. So I will go ahead and continue. We repeat the same pattern we've been doing, and when I get right here to the chain space, I'll come and show you what to do. So I am right here where I have my chains. So after working the last 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, I have one last stitch here. As you can see that it was 2 stitches I did here, so I have one last stitch here. That's where I'm going to make my increase, which is 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet. And after completing that, I'll start working on my, what's it called now, on the chain that I have. So I will go ahead and complete 7 double crochets. So after completing 7 double crochets, I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches, next 2 chains, sorry. Then I'll move to the next chain and work 7 double crochets again. So I have one last chain left. Remember, on this chain 17, I worked 7. That was where I started working 7 double crochets, skip 2, that's 9, then 7 double crochets, that's 16. So I have one chain left. Into that last chain, I'm going to work 2 double crochets. So yeah, so I've worked my 2 double crochets, just like I said. We're actually supposed to start with 2 double crochets here, and when I'm working my next row, we always start with 2 double crochets. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch in my 3rd chain, and after that I'll turn. Remember, we always start with either chain 3 or you start with your 2 single crochets. I'll start with my 2 single crochets. So I'll go back and add 1 more double crochet in there. Remember, we always start with 9 double crochets, then finish with 9. So this is the first 2, and I'll go ahead and work 7 double crochets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So as usual, after completing 7, you skip the next 2 and start working another 7 double crochets. So we just go ahead and keep repeating our pattern just like we normally do. When I come to the end, I will come and show you how to start the next round again. So I am right here at the end. Remember, I said we will always start with 2 and end with 2 double crochets. So right there. So after that, I will go ahead and slip stitch into my very first stitch. After that, I'm going to turn and restart the next round. So remember, you always start with either chain 3 or your 2 single crochets. So I have my 2 single crochets, then I'll add 1 more double crochet into that same stitch. Remember, you always start with 2 double crochets and finish with 2 double crochets. After that, I will go ahead, work my 7th double crochets, make my reduction, I skip the 2 stitches and keep repeating the pattern until I get to the very end. So I will go ahead and keep repeating this, and I will come and show you how we are going to work this second leg opening. So you just go ahead and keep repeating this until you have the desired length. So I'll come back and show you how to do the second leg. Then after that, we'll work on our waistband. So right now I want to show you how to work the second leg before I go ahead and proceed with the remaining length of my short. So as you can see, this is the back right here. So I will go into, this is the last 2 stitches. Oh, I think we'll be working in this direction. Yeah, I'm right, we are working in this direction. So this is the last 2 stitches we made, so I'll go right into this one and chain up 3, 1 2 3, which is my very first stitch, and I'll go back and add 1 more stitch. And after that, I will go ahead and start working my pattern. 7 double crochets, keep the next 2, 7 double crochets into the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. So I'll go ahead, keep repeating this. When I get to this end right here, I will come and show you what to do. So I am right here at this chain 2 space. So I've worked my 7 double crochets. So into this chain 2 space, I'm going to work my double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. After that, we are going to work here. So just the same thing we did on this side, we are going to work 7 double crochets, keep the next 2 chains, 7 double crochets, then into the last stitch we are going to work 2 double crochets. So I'll go ahead and do this. So after working my last 2 double crochets, I'll just go ahead and slip stitch into my on top of my chain 3. So we just repeated what we did on this first leg. We just repeated it. So this is where we are. After that, we are always going to turn, remember that. So I will start with my 2 single crochets, or you start with your chain 3. After that, I will go back into that same spot and add 1 more double crochet. And after that, I'll go ahead and start working my pattern. Skip the next 2 stitches, continue working my pattern. So it's just the same thing with the pattern we did at the top. So we'll go ahead and keep repeating this until I have the length of the short that I want. And after having that, I will come back and show you how we are going to work on our waistband. So go ahead and do yours. So this is what I have after working the legs. Look at the color. It's the same thing as the what's it called, as the shirt. The only difference is I only did one of these. For the shirt I did 2 of these. The shirt is a bit longer than the short. So now to work on our waistband, I have weaved in my hands already. I finished with the orange color and it is popping. So this is the back. This is where we started. So I'll go right into that place and grab my main color, and I'll chain up 3, 1 2 3, which counts as my very first double crochet. So after that, we'll go ahead and work 1 double crochet into each and every of our stitches. So we go ahead just right here. I think this is a chain. Move here, work a double crochet, move to the next, work a double crochet, and we go ahead and keep working double crochet into every of our stitches. Work 1 double crochet into all stitches. When you get here where we have this chain 2, you just go ahead and work just 1 double crochet inside. You go ahead, you keep working your 1 double crochet. When you get to the chain 2, you work just 1 double crochet. So you will go around all the way around until I get to this place where I started. So after completing my double crochet round, I slip stitch in on top of my chain 3. So right now we are going to start working on the elastic of the waistband. So we are going to be working with front post and back post double crochet. So I'm going to chain up 2, 1 2. So I'm starting here, this stitch we have here. So I'll go right into this piece, push this forward, grab my yarn, pull out a loop, then I'll work my double crochet. That's a front post double crochet. To make a back post, I'll yarn over. I'll go from the back, push the next stitch, I'll push it backwards, grab my yarn, pull out a loop. I have 3 loops. I'll yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the back post double crochet. I'll do that again. I'll go around the next stitch, then work my double crochet. That's the front post. And for the back post, you go from the back, push your stitch backwards, pull out a loop, and work your double crochet. Again, you yarn over, you go around your next stitch, push it forward, then work your double crochet. That's the front post. For the back post, you go from the back, you push your stitch backwards, pull out a loop, and work a double crochet. So We keep alternating between the front post and the back post until we get to the very end. So this is what I have after working my first round. So when I get to the handy, I'm going to skip this chain 2 and just slip stitch directly into my very first front post. So this is what we have. So right now we are just going to keep building on this until we have our desired length. So I'm going to chain up 2 and start my front post and back post again. So where you have your front post, you will work your front post, and where we have back post, we are going to work back post. I have front post, I'm going to work a front post, and the next is the back post, I'll work a back post. So we just go ahead, keep alternating between the front post and back post. When I get to the end, I'm going to slip stitch into the very first front post, and I will go ahead and add one more round. I need 3 rounds of the front post and back post. I have one already. I've started the second round, so we had one more, making 3, and that will be done. And after that, I will come and show you how we are going to attach our drawstring, and our short is ready. So this is what I have after completing my waistband, as you can see, and the thickness of our waistband is, as you can see, we wanted 1 inch, and I think we achieved that. This was where I divided the legs, and I wanted 5 inches in total, and as you can see, this is what I have my 5 inches. So I have my shorts ready, and I have my drawstring here. I chained around 170. I don't know if I'll be adding more, or I will be taking out some of it, but I'm going to pass that through first. So if it's too long, then I'm going to reduce. If it's too short, then I'm going to add more. So as you can see that I've not cut off the end, this end, so in case I need to remove or add more, so I'm going to pass the other hand through the tapestry needle, and here this is the middle for me, so right here. So I'm just going to pass. I'll just keep going like that, like this. So I'll keep passing like this, like so. I'm going to draw that. I'll make sure that I not pass everything through. As you can see, I have some left here, so I'll just keep passing it through the front loops, the front post double crochet, just like that. And I will go ahead and pass this all through until I get to this other end, here, until I come out here. So when I come out here, I will come and show you how we are going to make our bow, and I will also go ahead and hide all my hands. So I've passed it, and this is what I have. I've come out here. So, and I think the length of my drawstring is perfectly fine. So I'm going to fasten off the yarn tail. So as you can see that I have some yarn tail at the end. So I'll be using this to make knots so as to secure my drawstring from pulling out, from pulling through the shorts. So I'll do the same thing for the other end. 1, 2 times, and I'll fasten off this remaining ends. So this is what our shirt looks like, our beautiful shirt. Look at that. So I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to pull that in a little, and I'll bring this up. I'll tie the other end. This is how I make my bow. So this is what we have. Look at our beautiful shorts using the chevron stitch. Our shirt is ready, very pretty. In case you're interested or you have not seen the shirt, this is what the shirt looks like. We have a matching shirt for our shirt. So our 2-in-1 set is complete. In case you are thinking of making something for the baby girls using the same pattern, look at what we have here. I've got you covered. I've got you covered. Look at that dress. Very, the print is so beautiful. The color combination, I use the same color combination, and this is what the top, the upper part, this is what it looks like. Very beautiful. Look at that. So in case you're interested as well, please check it out. And also for the baby girls, I have a matching beanie using the same stitch. Yes, But as for this one, I used the double strand. So as you can see, it looks a little bit thicker than the rest. For this, I used a single strand. For the shirt and short, I used a single strand as well. But for this, I used double strand. Look at that thickness. So in case you are interested in any of these tutorials, check the channel. I'll be leaving the link to the tutorials at the end screen. I'll be having all of this there, so you can check it out. So that being said, this marks the end of this beautiful tutorial, this beautiful set. So by next week, we'll be doing something new, something different. In case you are not yet a subscriber, I don't need to tell you again. Click that subscribe button, join the family, turn on your notification bell, and also if you find the video useful, please give it a thumbs up, drop a like, drop a comment, and also the pattern for all these sets will be available, the complete sets altogether. Or I can just do the dress and this separate and the distance separate. Yeah, I think that's what I'll be doing. So the patterns will be available, so kindly support by purchasing the pattern. And also, if you like to support in another way, you can kindly subscribe to my membership plan. So that being said, this marks the end of today's video. Until next week, bye.